Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn Egyptology, today the tomb of Tutankhamun, and after we've done it, we're gonna do squat training. And if you participate in the squat training, that is very honest, and we're talking about a gravesite and also about a violent death. That it is. Tutankhamun. We did this double page a couple of times in other parts of Egyptology and in biographyology, but now we want to make one video just about the tomb of Tutankhamun. Now we're going to mention maybe one or two things to Tutankhamun. But here, for example, the pharaoh, which is the king of ancient Egypt from 1347 until 1339, was Tutankhamun. He was a boy when he became pharaoh and only 18 when he died. So we're going to mention this thing. He was a pharaoh 1347, 1339, from age 10 to 18 was a pharaoh. And now a fabulous gold mask was found in Tutankhamun's innermost coffin. Over the young king's decaying remains, his skull showed signs of hammer blows. There we have it. He was murdered, and the innermost coffin had beneath the innermost coffin, a fabulous gold mask was found in Tutankhamun's innermost coffin, so inside of it, over the young king's decaying remains. Okay, there was a gold mask, a fabulous gold mask. And for example, on it, I'm going to take it, it's a bit speculative, but the cobra is there on top, I think, to see. Out of gold, and also with cobra, the symbol of pharaoh. So the gold mask and the dates. We don't need that on that. And also not that. The Valley of the Kings. We're going to mention that because where is the tomb of Tutankhamun? The Valley of the Kings near Luxor on the river Nile in Egypt is the world's greatest archaeological site. It was the special burial place of the 18th dynasty pharaohs and contains the tombs of 62 pharaohs and high officials. So we're going to mention the tomb of Tutankhamun is in the Valley of Kings near Luxor at the river Nile in Egypt. And maybe there are 62 other pharaohs buried, and the pharaohs of the 18th dynasty buried, and he was the last pharaoh of the 18th dynasty, but that's too much detail. Fascinating fact, Tutankhamun's third inner coffin was made of over a ton of solid gold. Okay, I still don't know what it is, the shrine itself or whatever, where we're having 3 coffins, and the innermost coffin was made out of 1 ton of gold, and behind it there was a fabulous gold mask with the symbol of a cobra at it. Tutankhamun's tomb was the only tomb in the Valley of the Kings not plundered over the centuries. When opened, it contained 5,000 items, including many fabulous carved and gold items. Okay, it was the only tomb not plundered in the Valley of the Kings with 62 other pharaohs. What's the name of it? Entombed there. And we have fabulous carved things in it, many things out of gold. We have the third innermost coffin, 1 ton of gold, and the mask with a cobra on it. A fabulous gold mask, so the mask also out of gold. English archaeologist Howard Carter discovered Tomb's tomb in 1922. We're going to mention it too. In 1922 was the tomb of Tutankhamun discovered by Howard Carter, an archaeologist. Rumors of a curse on those who disturbed the tomb began when Carter's pet canary was eaten by a cobra, the symbol of a pharaoh, at the moment the tomb was first opened. Okay, and when they entered the tomb, the canary, I think that is the bird, of Howard Carter was attacked and eaten by a cobra. And we will mention here, the cobra is on this fabulous gold mask of Tutankhamun. A snake. Experts worked out the dates of Tutankhamun's reign from the date labels of wine jars left in the tomb. So we're going to mention maybe 1 or 2 things of these. We're going to mention, if we're able to, we have the wine jars in the tomb as one of the things we're listing. And maybe we're going to mention them as an additional fact. From the labels on these wine jars was calculated out when Tutankhamun was reigning. When Howard Carter, the archaeologist, opened Tutankhamun's tomb, he came first to an anteroom. I don't know exactly what it is, but since the anteroom, it makes sense. Ante means is in Latin the meaning for before. Antemeridium. And so the first room. It took him 3 years to clear this room and enter the burial chamber, with its huge gold shrines containing the coffins. Shrines. Is this not one shrine or 2? Is it one shrine, and inside of his shrine are the 3 coffins? Inside the shrines Is it one shrine or multiple? Or is it multiple shrines inside of one? Inside the shrines, there was a red sandstone sarcophagus. It's a coffin. Okay, there was a red sandstone coffin. Inside the sarcophagus, inside the red sandstone sarcophagus, there were 3 gold coffins. One inside the other. Okay, I'm going to stay with single. I don't know what it is now with multiple shrines. Inside of a shrine, there was a red sandstone sarcophagus. And inside of a red sandstone sarcophagus, there were 3 additional coffins. And the innermost one was of gold, and behind them were the remains of Tutankhamun. Or other remains of Tutankhamun, I don't know. And also this fabulous gold mask with a copper on it. This fabulous gold mask. More is not written here. We put also gold and then the signs of hell on here. In the burial chamber were 4 shrines of gilded wood. Okay, there are 4 shrines in it. One inside the other. Okay. Inside the shrines. Okay, there are 4 shrines. Then the red sandstone sarcophagus. And then the 3 gold coffins. Then the fabulous mask. And then Tutankhamun. 4. Fabulous beds, chests, gold chariot wheels, and carved animals in the anteroom were just a taste of the riches to come. Okay, already in the anteroom, which was cleared over 3 years, we found fabulous beds, chests, so these are boxes, chests, gold chariot wheels, and carved animals. Now in part 5, beyond the burial chambers, or additional, beyond the and then also, so there's the anteroom, the burial chamber, and then also more than just the burial chamber, was a treasury full of gold and other treasures. Was a lot more of treasures. A lot of gold and so on. Now I have all the inventories together. I'm not sure if I'm now able to say it all in one through because I have it not completely sorted, but how about we just try it? I'm going to start the camera and make a look at it. Okay, how do we structure it? Tutankhamun, he was king 1347, 1349, 10 to 18 when he was died. Evapolos and Lady of the Kings, the Throne, they buried, only were not planted over 62, discovered in 1952. Rumors of a curse, no, that's the last thing. And then when they got to the anteroom for 3 years, in the anteroom they already found fabulous chests. Yes, it was there. Fabulous chests, fabulous beds, chests, and gold chariot wheels. Then they found the burial chamber, there are the 4 shrines, wooden shrines. 4 shrines of gilded wood, wooden, or gilded wood. And then the red sandstone sarcophagus with 3 coffins, the innermost 1 ton of gold and a fabulous mask, and then the founding of the hammer blows to the head and the skull. And then also furthermore, and then the curse. So let's try. The tomb of Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun was the pharaoh of ancient Egypt from 1347 until 1339 before Christ, so around 3,500 years ago. And from the age of 10 to 18 was he dead. And he was buried in the Valley of Kings, as 62 other pharaohs, he's one of them probably, in the Valley of Kings near Luxor in Egypt at the river Nile. And his tomb is the only one which was not plundered over the time. It was discovered in 1922 by Howard Carter, an archaeologist. And they discovered it, and then they needed 3 years just to dig through the anteroom. And there already in the anteroom they found much treasures. They found fabulous beds and chests and golden chariot wheels. And then they came in the burial chamber, where they found then 3 shrines out of gilded wood. And inside of these 3 gilded wood shrines, they found then 3 coffins. The first one, a red sandstone coffin. So 4 shrines out of gilded wood, then a red sandstone coffin, a red sandstone sarcophagus, and then 3 more coffins. And the innermost coffin was out of more than 1 ton of pure gold. And then they found in it a fabulous gold mask. And on the fabulous gold mask, there is the cobra, the symbol of a pharaoh also. That comes important in a moment. And then the remains of Tutankhamun. And there we discovered that Tutankhamun was murdered because his skull showed signs of hammer blows to the head. Now, and also there was then more treasures in other parts of this whole tomb. In the moment when they opened the burial chamber, there the pet canary of Howard Carter was eaten by a cobra, a snake. And the cobra, as I said, is the symbol of a pharaoh. And that spread rumors of a curse on the people who enter the burial chamber of the tomb of Tutankhamun. And that is according to Miles Kell's World History, page 108 and 109. I'm want to stop the camera? And that was the Egyptology part. If you were here for Egyptology, you can go directly to the next part of Egyptology. If you're here for squat training, when you're right, we're going to do now squat training. If you participate in the squat training, then it's better the arms. We're starting with a little warm up. Bring one leg up and we're pointing with our foot down. Now bring the toes up and down. Now circle the foot into the direction. And the other foot up, pointing with the foot down. Leg up. And bring your foot up and down. And circle it in the right direction. And to the next exercise with rainstorm. Over to one leg, the toes are pointing forward and we're stretching the inner side of the leg. And over to the other side. And now the mantis, go from side to side. And now the squats, legs wide apart, and we're doing 12 of them. So first one, coming down, and the second one, number 2, number 3, and 4, and the 5th and 6th one, and the number 7, 8, 9, and we make it 10, and just 2 more, 11 and 12. And now the 6-pack squat squeeze. We're going down to the quarter squat. And press at the top of the leg against the leg, just on one side. And on the other side. Down into half squat and press in the middle of the leg. And on the other side. And down to 3/4 squat and press close to the knee. And up. And up again. And now the fastest giraffe of a water pond. We're going down into 3/4 squat. Press against the knee. And go towards it on the other side. Press against the knee. And go towards it. And again. And again. And again. And the last time. Already the last exercise of the propeller. Down into full squat. Arms to the sides. Go over to one side. Press against the leg. And look up to the hand. Into the middle. Over to the other side. Press against the leg. Look up to the hand. Have a little bend in the middle. To the middle and up. Now the walker. Walk a bit in place. Legs wide apart. No, a bit sturdy. We're bringing one leg up. One foot again down. Pull the leg high up, point with the toes down, and relax the leg. Our leg. Pull the leg up, point with the toes down, relax the leg. And now take the leg at the ankle, make it straight back. Point with the knee down to the ground. And the other leg. Make it straight back. Point with the knee down to the ground. And now legs wide apart, breathing out down. And breathing out. Breathing in close the legs. And breathing out. That was squat training. Thank you very much, and until next time.